All right. You have any questions before we get going? Yeah.
It says project 1 is not due Thursday. Is it due Thursday?
When does it say it's due?
Well, you wrote in the daily data track it's not.
Oh, I wrote that. I accidentally put the word not. I'm sorry.
So it's due Thursday?
Yes. I don't know how the hell I got that. Is due on. That's probably what I intended to say. Is that what the little submission thing shows?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, my apologies for that. Any other questions? All right, ready to move forward? Okay, so I'm a victim of my own confidence, thinking I could wait to the last minute to copy over this assignment from elsewhere, but I couldn't find the assignment anywhere, so I didn't have anything to copy. So what I will do is, guess I'll kind of explain the assignment while what assignment number are we up to? 5? Functions are pretty easy. So whether or not you put the parentheses here is optional, and you do not, even though your function may take input parameters, you don't specify them as you would expect inside the parentheses as we do in C or C++.
Would it just be $1, $2, $3?
Exactly. So let me myfunc print, or how about echo $1 equals $1. $2 equals $2. And then myfunc 1, myfunc, whoops. Okay, so that's how that's done. There's a function that I want you to write, and write a bash function named if These are arrays in Bash. So to create an array, use parentheses, and I put it on multiple lines just to show how you do that. You just need a backspace before you hit the enter key. And each element of the array is just separated by a space. The reason I put it in double quotes, I should have shown an example, is that would allow you to have an array element that contains spaces. Otherwise, the array elements are parsed on spaces. So I have a need to the makeDD function should begin by defining an array. And I'll make this a little smaller. Let's see if I say formatted code, new. Oh, damn it.
If you type the T, you go back up to the backspace, and then type the T and hit, like go back and hit enter on it, it should carry over the formatting. So backspace on that, hit it again, hit T or whatever you want to be the next thing, go back one, now hit T, then arrow over so that the T is,
Alright, here I am. Tell me what to do.
again, hit T,
Oh, I've got this. I forgot an equal sign here. Now I've screwed it up. Okay.
hit T,
T.
arrow left.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, I get you.
Perfect.
All right. Okay. If the user types anywhere from 10 minutes before class start to the end of class, for example, if makeDD is typed on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, anywhere from 850 to 950. Create a directory named after the current year date. Define a base directory. The created directory should be in a subdirectory of the course directory. The course directory is the course number and underscore F or S and the 2-digit year. For example, 111 fall 19. So altogether, if I type, I guess I should say, for example, if I type make DD during 111 during 111's course time, and the month is between 8 and 12, then create base directory slash 111 fall 19 slash whatever it would be 209 2019 08 23. Finish by cd-ing into that directory. So I hate this. This is why I hate graphical interfaces. Alright. So it's a little incomplete, but let's look at the finished product here. Alright, so the reason that the array should start, the function, the first thing in the function should be the definition of this array. And the reason for the definition of this array being at the very top is every semester I have to go in and I have to update my course schedule with the courses I'm teaching, right? And if you've taken a course with me, you may have noticed that I'll fire things up and I'll type mkdd, and all of a sudden I'm in the current day, month, and year. And in essence, it's this function that was written. So one of the main things that you'll be working with is the date function, or date, I guess you call it a function, date utility. If you look at the man page for it, it has all sorts of ways of customizing the date. Right. An operand with a leading plus sign signals a user-defined format string which specifies the format in which to display the date and time. Okay, and so it says it can contain any of the conversion specifications described in this function. So you consult that man page, as well as arbitrary text, which you don't really need. New line character is always output after the character is specified. Alright, so let's see here. So if I say date plus percent, let's look at man strf time. It's in section 3, so I found it just fine. %C. Alright, you can combine these codes. So when I said day, month, and year, what's the year with where's the 4-digit year? With the century. So it'd be %G, the month, full month name, abbreviated month name. Day of the month is a decimal number, %D. Whoops, did I get that wrong? What was month? I'm sorry, that is right. Now what did I do? Is that right? Yeah, that's it. So you'd use that. You would directory to create equals. Okay, so there's a lot of use of the date function. So getting back to this write-up, let's look at the things we have to do. One is you will need to basically iterate through this array. And if we type bash arrays and go to this first link here, how to use arrays in bash script, I think this is a good reference to get you going quick. I want to focus on, to display all the values of an array, we can use the following shell expansion syntax. The reason all values in the array are useful is that this allows us to create a for loop on this. So let me actually copy and paste that. So I can say for entry in, and then I'm just following this recipe right here. The $, curly brace, the name of the array, the @ sign in there. Do. So what here, what let me just do echo entry equals entry. All right, that gets us closer, but we need to be able to pull these apart. And what you can do is I can take a variable, and if I use the let's see, I don't even know what the man page looks like for it. Show built-in commands. So this is just, well, let me give you the recipe. I don't even know what it says about it in the all right, so we have this. What I can do is I can say set this will set $1, $2, $3, etc. So that's for reference. So that'll get us one entire line. This set hyphen hyphen for this variable entry. Again, entry contains this stuff. So set on entry is going to convert each of those space delimited items into $1, $2, $3, right? And then you can access them. So you need to get the current date as get the current day as a 3-letter word, and see if that word is in $1. And then you need to look at the current time and see if the current time is between 0900, or basically you have to subtract 10 minutes worth of seconds from this, from what would be 850 to 950. And if it matches all those criteria, then you're going to have to create a directory in the 111 Fall 19 folder, something like that. Let me paste this into the write-up. So let me just how to iterate through the array. Hang on. So this is definitely an assignment that is a huge amount of experimentation. Can you get the current day? Can you get the current month? Can you compare it? Determine if it's equal or not, that kind of thing. And any questions? What I'll do is I'll let you work for an hour or so, and then I'll bring it back up here and start collecting questions that that we can resolve and keep moving forward then.